Welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, October 24th, 2018. I am Rochelle Baptiste with the details. Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Camilo Gonzalez, is encouraging the local business community to make use of the tourism opportunities that are expected to increase, especially during the peak season. He made this call at the opening of the Everything Vinci Expo Plus yesterday. Minister Gonzalez pointed out that with the uptick in tourism, local businesses which may otherwise have had difficulties exporting their products will now have additional buyers within greater reach.
Either market must either take their product to that foreign market or bring the foreign market to them. As our tourism product grows and improves, businesses will have increased opportunities to sell their products to the Canadians, Americans, Taiwanese, Brits, and Europeans who are right outside your door, right here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
The finance minister listed some of the many local businesses which have contributed to the economic growth and development of this country.
New areas and new entrepreneurs that are establishing brand SVG at the forefront of regional commerce. Kendra's Aluminum, which is in the back left from where I stand, is distinguishing itself as the region's foremost producer of quality windows and doors. The Eastern Caribbean group of companies produces some of the best flour, feed, and beverages in the Caribbean. The One St. Vincent group has elevated customer service in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to an art form. Last year, the Queen of England dined on Easter eggs made from Vincentian chocolate.
Exhibitors at this year's Everything Vinci exposition say they will be introducing several new products to the local market. Some of these products are from the 9 companies which fall under brand SVG, that is one of the largest booths at the expo. Representatives of some of these companies share with SVG-TV News the products they have on display.
My companies are being represented under the brand SVG banner. We're a small group of manufacturers and food processors here in St. Vincent. These, the companies that I'm representing personally, the Norbergers and Vilma, we sell ice and ice cream and frozen novelties. The coconut chalk ice, which we've been making for just under a year now. So we're here with that brand because we use as much local ingredients. All the coconut that we use in that product is from local farmers. So over here at Vilma, we have our yogurts on display. We're available in all the supermarkets. We have as well some soups. We have a pumpkin kalu soup available in packaging in all the supermarkets as well. That one still isn't ready. And then we have samosas on the way. You can see the packaging for the samosas. We have Mountain Top spring water on display with all the different bottles that they carry.
We've been in business for 32 years, and we do a range of hot sauces.
Hot pepper sauce, which is a mixture of many different peppers, such as the jalapeno, the Scotch bonnet. We mix all the peppers together and we come up with our own recipe. We have the pepper jelly. We also do plantain chips. Alright, our plantain chips are all natural.
We have a variety of shapes, including shells, noodles, silly, shortcut macaroni, and crest bean. That's what we have. And this is our range of products. Some of them come in 2 sizes, 340 and 227 grams. We know that we are working hard to give Vincentians the best possible product, faster product. Tarek here is one of the guys who actually makes the macaroni.
Leroy Pipe. I'm the owner of Pure Blends, herbal teas. We have 5 varieties of herbal teas on show here today. The first one would be the nettle, organic nettle. We also have moringa, ginger, garlic and lime, which that one is actually called a remedy. Sorry. We also have moringa, turmeric and ginger. And we have another mix also of soursop, lemongrass and ginger.
We have avocado, banana, guava, breadfruit,
are also some startup companies which are using the expo to showcase their products.
At this expo, our ginger and moringa sauce, which is a very healthy product, which can be used as a dressing on salads, or you can just pour it on your meat, chicken, fish, whatever. And this is it. This is what we're launching here.
Yes, we do have 3 new bars coming out in December in a different size, 30-gram bars. However, we cannot release the bars at the moment. Probably mid-November, you guys will have a sneak peek of what's to come.
The area of products, and then so we are sampling from, at different times during the day, trying to get back as much as possible, trying to get the products out there, things like that. It's about the brands. There's still a lot of people that don't know exactly what's being produced here in St. Vincent, so it's good to raise that awareness as well.
Well, hopefully with this expo here will give us a full exposure to the local communities of St. Vincent, within St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Hundreds of Vincentians take the time every year to demonstrate their patriotic pride through their attire as they celebrate this country's independence anniversary. And a number of small craft entrepreneurs are producing a range of independence theme items to ensure that those who desire to are both attired and accessorized. SVG-TV News team spoke to a few of these artisans on the streets of Kingston today.
We just want people to be very patriotic, and we decided to do a lot of our own stuff. For instance, we do the dresses, and we also do make people put in their orders for the dresses. And we thought in doing this, we will have people being more patriotic, loving the country, loving to wear the colors and stuff like that. The demand is very great. We have people coming in and placing orders and stuff like that. And they would come with their own styles, or sometimes we would help them in deciding the designs.
Just here with some Vince products. These are massage, have hair combs, headbands, with earrings. Going pretty good because these are all I have left. Last year I had a lot remaining. I had to get them out this year, but this is all I have, so I'm making. I have earrings here and also have some dresses over there. These are hand crochet.
And students of the St. Joseph Convent Kingston were all decked out in the national colors as they held their independence activities today. Janelle Alexander told SVG-TV News that the event, which started yesterday, was a collaborative effort by parents, teachers and students of the school.
Our local Vincentian restaurant composition, and that was judged in the lower school and the upper school, and they would have had to prepare 3 dishes and the local drink. So they had to prepare a starter, an entree and the desserts, all made from local produce, and it went very well. And we want to thank the parents for assisting the students and those who do the food and nutrition and so on, home management. We really saw their skills coming out, and today we are just here enjoying the day. We have face painting, we have photo booth, we have local food and drinks on sale, and the children are wearing their national colors. So what we want to do is to encourage patriotism and for the children to understand that independence is very important.
The principal of the St. Joseph Convent Kingston, Antoinette Best Jardine, said the event aims to encourage creativity in students and at the same time educating them through the various art forms.
Very, very creative. I had yesterday for the first time Edo Punch. I didn't even know about Edo Punch, so I'm learning myself, and it was really very delicious. It was kind of surprising. I thought it would not have tasted the way it tasted, but it was really very good. So I am learning too, and they're learning about these things. So from yesterday, they were actually learning about everything Vincentian, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So they're really, it's an educational thing for them also.
Some students say they look forward to the independence activity and shared with SVG-TV News the importance of such an event.
Enjoy the dressing up because we come and they sell different local foods. We have class celebrations, we have competitions and so on.
Get to communicate with each other. We get to have fun and not just be in school and having to do work and all that. What I like most about our independence activity in school is that we would get together among ourselves and we would learn to interact. We would have class competitions, we'd go on a stage and we would display our different talents and we would care for each other, and I think that brings us together closer as a school. The activities, the girls of my school, we become very creative, and I love that most about us. And we became, we do class competitions, and that is really like the most.
Higher education must be linked to production and at the same time be able to address the future needs of a nation. This is the view of Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, which he affirmed at a news conference yesterday following a meeting of the OECS Authority at the Beachcombers Hotel, which addressed a range of issues: diplomacy with African countries, climate change and climate-ready investments, the relationship between the OECS countries and the University of the West Indies were among the issues discussed at the meeting. PM Gonsalves, who is also the chairman of the OECS, revealed a proposal is on the table for the establishment of a fourth campus in Antigua to primarily serve the OECS territories. PM Gonsalves said this proposed campus must not be a glorified college, but provide programs that are necessary for the development of OECS states.
We need a lot of people, for instance, to be quantity surveyors. We need people, more civil engineers. We need land surveyors. University of West Indies itself doesn't train any land surveyors or quantity surveyors, for instance. They're done at the University of Technology in Jamaica. Well, it's all fine and well if you have a school in Jamaica which is doing that. University doesn't have to duplicate that. Or if that is taking place at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. But we have to find the areas in which we want to drive our own economy. St. Vincent and Grenadines and several other countries are looking at the medical marijuana industry, the science thereof. All of these things, we have to link our education to production, at the same time look forward to see how we are going to use advanced education to lift living and production. And that's what the game is.
PM Gonsalves said he looks forward to the upgrading of the open campus facilities that will allow them to provide more educational opportunities for citizens. He also considers as exciting the idea to make the community colleges in the sub-regional campuses of the university.
The government of St. Vincent and Grenadines guaranteed $6 million US for the construction of the additional facilities for open campus. You see them going up. And I spoke to Dr. Beckles today, Professor Beckles, about the need for us to add to it something else, dealing with laboratories, science laboratories and the like. And of course, we want University of West Indies to work with us with our community colleges, but to work with us in a way, if we can become colleges of the University of the West Indies, but without certain strictures where it's a control thing from a center. So you have decentralization where necessary and desirable, and you have central direction where it is absolutely required, and so on and so forth. But we learn about all the structures, the offerings, the financing, etc. But it's an exciting idea. And the more we spread university education, the better for the region.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Timothy Harris, said the construction of the fourth campus would be a progressive step for the sub-region.
It allows for synergies, it allows for those kind of issues to be articulated and supported with all the power that the university can bring, power and contacts. So we are generally supportive of this. There's still some work to be done, and Prime Minister Gonsalves spoke to those in terms of programs, in terms of governance structure. Funding and financing also issues which hopefully by early next year we'll have a better handle on. But we think that this is a progressive step. It brings the OECS country more in the mainstream. We are not just that campus external to the university, as many people feel, but we are principally now brought into the mainstream of decision making and action.
Investing now in the nutrition of this country's children will bring both short-term and long-term benefits to the nation. Dr. Colleen Phillips, local representative of the Food and Agriculture Organization, the FAO, shared this view as she spoke at a ceremony on Monday, during which a quantity of cooking utensils were handed over to 3 primary schools under the Sustainable Schools project as part of the Zero Hunger Thrust. The equipment worth over $45,000 were donated to the Buckerman, Diamond and Brighton primary schools. Dr. Phillips said many children face health issues relating to their diet, which impact the future productivity of the nation.
We are going to see, because the level of anemia would fall, we expect to see as much as 20% in the boost of productivity. See, a child that is anemic is not able to concentrate. Miss Robin will tell you that. A child that is anemic cannot focus, cannot apply what they're being taught because they're sick. When we ensure that wholesome food, that changes. It is important for me to outline that we have all gone through. Children, we have all been in primary school, every single one of us. And I want to digress a bit, if I might, and plead. You here in the Buckerman Government School, you're fortunate. You're going to be provided a meal or your meals through the school feeding program.
Chair of the Sustainable Schools Project, Curel Thompson Phillips, said the equipment will allow the school feeding staff to deliver the exact nutritional needs of the students.
Of cooking and food service utensils purchased by the Food and Agriculture Organization as part of this project. These we are going to hand over today, and that's why we have the minister. He will do that for us. The nutrition consultant hired by FAO has been given an extension to her contract to train the cooks, the kitchen attendant, how to use these utensils so that the children, the students, would be getting to ensure that the students get their portion according to their age. So no more guesswork in the service of the food, that each child would be served according to age-appropriate meals.
Meanwhile, Minister of Agriculture Saboto Caesar said the school feeding program has come a long way since he was a student. He encouraged the school feeding staff to make the best use of the equipment provided.
And what I want to do in closing is to encourage us to carry the freezers. You don't take an ice pick to a fridge and try to punch ice inside of the top compartment of the fridge. I want us to, these pots and pans that we have here, they're the property of the school. We have to make sure that we can account for them and let them serve the role that they're here to serve, because the children, they are depending upon us. And let us also thank the friendly governments, the FAO, government and people of Brazil, with the FAO and the International Organization and AICA for the work done, but the government and people of Brazil and other governments which definitely did an excellent job in assisting. May God continue to richly bless us, and may He continue to shine His perpetual light.
Citizens of SVG and the wider Caribbean are being urged to examine more ways to strengthen the bonds of friendship with one another. This is a desire of Francine Barron, Dominica's Minister of Foreign Affairs, which she expressed yesterday as the Dominican Association of SVG handed over a check in the sum of $100,000 towards Dominica's recovery efforts from last year's hurricane. Since Hurricane Maria devastated Dominica last year, the association has raised over $300,000, which has been used to provide food, supplies, books, and clothing to Dominica. Yesterday's donation was obtained through the sale of T-shirts, wristbands, and contributions from the corporate sector. Speaking at the ceremony, Barron said the people of Dominica are grateful for the continued love and support shown by Vincentians. She thanked all those who made a donation possible.
That we as a Caribbean are united, and it showed that there is solidarity amongst our CARICOM peoples, because we saw an immediate mobilization of support for Dominica. And I think it showed the spirit of the CARICOM family very clearly after the hurricane. And I think that is something good for us. That is something that we have to build upon, because really and truly we are brothers and sisters. And particularly within the OECS, I think the OECS grouping within CARICOM, I think that we are much closer as a people. We share so many things together. We truly feel like we are a family, an OECS family. We share the same currency, we share the same court system, we share a common procurement system, and we have to look at ways in which we can continue to cooperate together and go closer and closer together and act as a united people.
Meanwhile, Minister of Agriculture Saboto Caesar said while the government did a lot of work to assist Dominica, the efforts by organizations such as the Dominican Association of SVG are heartwarming. He said such efforts bode well for the strengthening of the bonds of friendship between countries.
Reduce $100,000 to actual money. It's not an easy task anywhere in the world, and persons would have gone into the highways and the byways, and we have made this a reality, and I'm certain that the government and people of Dominica, that they will cherish this moment. And I want to encourage you not to stop here, but to continue. So I think in closing, we have to thank God for giving us the health and the strength to be our brothers and our sisters' keeper. And it's not going to be the end, but it is the beginning of the strengthening of our bonds between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the people of Dominica. Long live the solidarity. May God bless us.